In 2018, StarKid Productions brought you the story of Paul.
Hey, Paul.
Yeah?
He's an average guy
I was trying to print something. I think I might have sent it to your printer.
with an average job.
Yep. Just remember, you want to print from the HP LaserJet, not the HP inkjet.
He likes coffee and a cute barista.
I see you in here all the time, don't I? What's your name?
Paul.
Hi, Paul. I'm Emma.
He does not like musicals.
I don't like musicals. Watching people sing and dance makes me very uncomfortable. The idea of sitting there, trapped in a musical, that is my own personal hell.
Now, in 2025, Paul's about to learn that history doesn't repeat. It is reprised.
Hey, Melissa. Can you get my wife on the phone for me?
Sure, Mr. Davidson.
Dirty dog.
Well, did you try unplugging it? Then plug it back in. You know what? I'm going to transfer you to our senior technical analyst, Charlotte Sweetly.
Hey, Paul.
You want to print from the HP LaserJet, not the HP inkjet.
Wow. How'd you know?
We print stuff every day, Bill. How do you still not know how it works?
No, not about the printer. How'd you know I was going to ask?
But you did ask, didn't you? About the printer network?
I was right about to.
I'm positive that you asked.
You feeling okay, Paul?
Yeah, just deja vu.
Hey, Paul.
Yes, Mr. Davidson, I'll get those reports on your desk by the end of the day.
You read my mind, Paul.
Why do I have a sinking feeling I've done all this before?
Hi, Paul.
Melissa, I don't care about the company softball league. How did I know that?
Okay, well, it might be fun.
Fun? Yeah, I don't want to, though. What is happening? What is this? What's going on? Am I being watched? Oh no! The implications!
Ah, Emma! We have to run! It's coming! It's coming back!
No! Not again! It's happening again!
Rejoice, people of Earth. The return is at hand, and your apotheosis is upon you.
I think that The Guy Who Didn't Like Musicals is a show that brought a lot of people got them into StarKid.
I feel like this show has become one of the most popular shows that we've done, and taking something that is so beloved and giving it a chance to have a second life, I think is something that we're exploring now.
We don't get to do StarKid shows more than once usually, and in the very nature of theater, you get to remount and reimagine and kind of relook at shows, and the idea of kind of doing them over again and revisiting them is part of the magic of theater.
I think it's going to be really cool to see how this show evolves from our last iteration of it.
We understand Hatchetfield in a deeper way than we did before, and I think that means our care for the characters has extended too.
I feel like I always, I'll finish a show and then afterwards I'll, have a moment where I'll be like, oh, I could have done that better, or maybe something clicks later and you're like, oh, the show's over. But it'll be really great to be able to take those aha moments and see how we can kind of add to the story and add to the characters.
It's also fun to revisit in the context that we've done a lot more Hatchetfield stuff, and this is the one that got it all started.
Some of the most fun we've had in Team StarKid is in The Guy Who Didn't Like Musicals. It's a beautiful energy and a wonderful sense of chaos.
But I'm so excited to see what Lauren will bring to this production of it with her directing?
As a director, I think it's very fun that there is so much more lore now and there is so much more familiarity with it, both as a company, but also the fans have so much more familiarity with it. So I think plugging in some more, maybe if we can get some more Easter eggs or something in now to let that inform this world a little more, will be really fun.
And even though it's only been, I'd say it's only been 7 years, but that's a long time.
And a lot of new StarKid fans have come into the community since we released that show online. So this will give them a chance to really be a part of the production now.
It's the perfect time to bring this show back. So with your help, let's make it happen.
With your help, the guy who didn't like musicals will return. With your help, the guy who didn't like musicals will return. That's hard to say.
With your help, the guy who didn't like musicals will return to the stage this July at the El Portal Theater in Los Angeles, California.
After the live show, a new digital ticket version of the Remount will be released for online rental, then will premiere on YouTube after a short time. Your contribution will not only pay for the Remount, but you'll also earn eerie rewards fit for a Lord in Black.
Thank you for helping the guy who didn't like musicals return to the stage. The apotheosis is upon us.
The guy who didn't like musicals. Reprised.
We're muted.
Hey.
Hey.
Can you hear us?
I can hear you.
Where's
Can
Nick?
you hear me?
Hello.
Hello.
I've been anxious.
Live theater, everybody.
We're killing this.
It's because we were all just cheering for that trailer we've never seen. And we were literally like, it's our friends, and then all of a sudden we were live, and now it's crazy.
Now I don't know what to do with myself.
I
This
know.
is sausage. I'm just gonna eat that.
We have our cup of roasted coffee
Yes.
like the musical.
Morning cup
Brought
of
to
I do have
you.
tea.
All right.
Yes.
Hi,
Do we
Matt.
have?
Hi.
Hello.
How are you?
Good. How's everyone over there?
Great.
Never been better.
Party house. Well fed.
Well fed.
Well fed.
All right. So we're just waiting on Nick, right?
Well, he was here.
Nick and Will from work.
Yeah.
Yeah, Will from Work is also in.
John
makes
pastries
nice.
that are like my top 3
Oh,
of all time.
yeah.
So they were,
John is not only once again like running this stream, he also cooked a feast for so many of us. So
John and Lindsay.
John and Lindsay,
yes.
hometown hero Lindsay, truly so thankful.
There's Will from Work.
Oh, there's Will.
Yay!
Hey, everybody.
My brother.
Oh my god, we screamed when you entered that trailer too, and then it was just on in the background. And then the Flonase, I was like, stop.
Yeah. All the subtle hints in my controller.
Yeah, you're like,
it was all
I'm
purposeful,
working.
totally.
It's so funny. Oh shoot, sorry, feet in the shot.
Feet in the
So
shot.
I'll do
Oh,
every stream.
careful. Not for free.
I
Not
know.
for
No,
free.
that was
No
me
free
last year
feet.
too. I was just giving them the feet. I was like, I'm so sorry.
How's everybody doing?
There he is.
Good. Good. Okay.
Hey, we're doing it. We're here. We're so excited.
Do you want to be in the frame?
Yeah, this happened last time too. We want you in the
I think
frame.
Nick might be restarting his computer.
That's so real.
You might not know this, but
Technical
Nick is working off of Windows 95.
Yes.
So just give him some time.
Everyone's
right.
excited. We got tons of good things going on. We're already at halfway through the goal, which is great.
Whoa.
Well, I know he was like, okay.
He's like, great.
We're already 129.
All right,
Wow.
thanks. Thanks for staying.
Oh, wow.
This is fun. Bye.
Did you say bye?
Yeah.
That's so crazy. You guys are.
Hey, here he is.
There he is, our god.
My internet died.
Oh.
My internet died. There you go.
There's a storm going on in LA. There's a big old storm.
There is.
There is.
There you go.
How you doing, Nick? How you feeling?
I'm feeling great.
Oh, we got music.
The music is back.
I've never felt better.
That's fantastic.
And I can tell that's radiating off of you.
And Ragweed is really feeling it behind
Oh,
you. too.
Ragweed.
Oh, Ragweed is there. Wow.
Yeah. Hey,
Got Ragweed there. That's the Hatchetfield sign. You can't see it, but the black book is up here.
Oh.
No, we can't see it, but
No,
I
but I
believe
feel
you.
it.
Christmas
I
day.
know
It's up. It's up there.
Yeah.
How's everybody doing? What did I miss? I was. We missed nothing. Okay, awesome. Well, I was.
Don't worry about it. We're fine.
I was watching the video, and then suddenly my internet completely died.
Let me just say, you've already passed the amount of the original production raised.
Whoa, we
really?
already
That's
passed
crazy.
the amount the original
Crazy.
production
Oh,
raised.
my God.
We did?
Oh wow.
Yes.
I guess.
Wow.
I guess I'm gonna go scream through the streets
Man,
because that's so
I gotta go running
crazy.
around somewhere.
Wow. That's amazing.
Well, today we're gonna.
Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you so much. Sorry, I'm so thrown off by my internet.
Overstimulated. If the Wi-Fi happens,
sorry.
I know what's happening.
Hey, everybody, welcome to the stream. It's so great to have everybody here. I am so happy to see everyone's faces. Who do we got? Have we gone around and introduced
not
ourselves
yet.
yet?
No.
All right, great.
We didn't know what to do.
Oh, okay.
Scared.
So
great.
hyped, we were just yelling. Yeah.
So awesome. I hope. Okay, let's start. I'll start.
Okay.
Hi everyone. I'm Nick Lang. I'm one of the co-writers of The Guy Who Didn't Like Musicals, and I'm a producer on this upcoming production, this remounted production. And let's go down from me. So let's go to my brother, who we're in the same outfit. I'm also wearing the same outfit that I wore in the Kickstarter video. So it's kind of
He hasn't
I
changed.
noticed that too.
I haven't changed.
I am too.
No, I have changed my clothes though.
I wear this all the time.
Okay, so
well,
Matt,
hello, I'm Matt Lang. I'm also a writer on the show.
Word.
And
all right.
You better slow
Other way,
down.
other way.
Okay.
Point the other way.
Other way?
Let's
Other
go
way?
down to
your right.
Will Branner.
Go from work.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Will from work here. I am gonna play Professor Higgins in this show. I'm so excited.
Hey!
The
I'm
reunion
so
is upon us, not the apotheosis. The reunion.
the reunion
Very
is upon
excited.
us. We're so excited to have you, Will. It was definitely when we were talking about doing this, and it's kind of become a little bit of a mini tradition that Higgins is swapped around all the time of who's playing Higgins. You know,
Yeah,
and
it's really cute.
yeah, it's kind
Now
of
I'm
cute.
excited. I'll take some pointers. I need to watch your Higgins.
Don't worry about it.
You should watch my Higgins.
yeah.
My Higgins.
Okay,
You know?
yeah. Mariah
Inspired.
Higgins.
Yeah.
I'll take all the notes in the help.
Yeah, and then so we're so thrilled to have you in this production. We were going, okay, who's everybody's dream Higgins, and everyone was like, oh, Will Branner. So we're so lucky
happy
to
it
have-
worked out. Like, I can't wait.
Yeah.
And I love a summer in LA, so this is gonna be very fun. Can't wait to
Yeah.
reunite with you all.
Okay.
Yes. So then let's go up to Hatchet Town.
Hooray!
Oh, it's not Party House anymore.
It died.
Party house is dead.
Party house is fucking dead.
I'll start and we'll popcorn around. My name is John Matteson. I'll be playing Paul in The Guy Who Didn't Like Musicals. Hello.
The guy. He is the guy.
And then I'll popcorn to Paul.
I am Paul.
Yeah.
He did the thing. He said it.
My name is Paul Gilmore. I will be the production manager for the production.
Production daddy.
Popcorn
Production
down to Matt.
Oh yeah. Hi everybody, I'm Matt Dahan. I am the music director for the show. And I play piano in the pit. Woo! Yeah, let's go.
Music.
Let's go, music. Alright, Popcorn Mariah. Get it.
Hi, I'm Mariah. I play.
You can do it. You can do it.
I know. I play. I'm gonna go in order. I play Melissa. I play Zoe. I play Alice. I play Greenpeace Girl Harmony Jones. I play Doug the cop, and I play the nurse.
The nurse.
Don't forget the nurse.
Forget the nurse.
Wait. Do you play? Are you woman at all in this show?
Woman, and I was thinking about this today. Woman is not in Skyline.
Well, we'll see about
Hey.
this
Oh.
production.
Oh.
Women will
If
show
we
up.
raise $5 million, you can put woman.
Yeah.
And
The
then,
nurse. Can't forget the nurse.
No, you can't forget the nurse.
What's her deal?
What's her deal?
What's the story? Yeah, what's the story?
What's her deal? I will popcorn back to Kurt Mega.
Oh, hey, I'm Kurt. I shot the trailer and I'm playing the role of Hatchetfield's biggest fan.
Yeah. Also, that trailer was amazing.
The
So great job.
trailer, it was so good. Kurt.
Yeah, Kurt was the director of photography on the Kickstarter video, and it was so fun shooting that Kickstarter video.
Oh my gosh.
When we were doing it, we were all like, "Let's make a movie.
Yeah.
Let's make it a movie."
Yeah.
But we can't make it a movie.
It's
It'd
really
take
cool to see those characters like in a tangible environment. Like there was something really cool. Be like, oh my god, there's Ted.
Yeah, at a desk. Yeah.
So if we raise $8 million, we'll make a movie.
the movie.
Yeah.
I think it'd take $100 million.
I think it would.
I think to do what we want.
To do what we want.
With the musical numbers.
Because really, it should be the whole town dancing, you know, like a giant
Yeah.
studio lot and all that. And
Don't
speaking of dancing,
Yes.
Hi everyone, my name's James and I'm back as your choreographer.
I am so excited.
Yes.
that's awesome. And then, is that everybody over in Hatchettown?
That's everyone in Hatchettown. Everyone else is
And
in
also,
London.
wait, there's a special guest, Lindsay, who's back there
Yes,
doing amazing
Lindsay,
work.
my beautiful partner.
She's the cutest
Lindsay.
She's in there.
You're the best.
Thank you so much, Lindsay. And thanks everybody for being here. This is so much fun. It's so great to have the team. Of course, we don't have the whole team because many members, core members of this cast and team are in London right now doing a concert. I can't believe it's been a little less than a year concert over in London. So break a leg to everyone who's over there. We're thinking of you and we're missing you. And you know what? Let's go ahead and play our first little video. We've got some videos of the people who couldn't make it here tonight. Well, not tonight, today. So let's check one of them out. Here we go. Let's take a look at what our first video is.
Who's it gonna be?
Lauren, are you excited to be directing The Guy Who Didn't Like Musicals?
I'm fucking directing this thing? Did we talk about this? Nick, oh my god.
I emailed you about.
I don't check my email. Why can't you direct it? It's like,
I'm so tired.
take a nap. Take a nap.
It was making so many puppets.
Oh my god, take a nap,
It was
Nick.
really hard, and now I just want to do nothing.
Okay,
Please
fine.
do it for me,
Fine.
please,
All right,
please.
fine,
Thank you.
fine.
Thank you.
God. I am so excited to be directing The Guy Who Didn't Like Musicals. I'm Lauren Lopez. I will be playing Emma Perkins, and I will be directing.
Hey,
Yeah.
I just tipped you.
Oh, well, thank you.
Aren't you supposed to sing the sentence tip for a song?
Yeah, but you know, there's a line, and people are working. I don't want to disturb anyone.
I don't care, I just tipped you. Come on.
Okay, well, did you do that to be nice, or did you do it to be an asshole? Emma Perkins is all of us. I love her attitude. I like that she doesn't take f***ing shit from anyone. You can bleep those out.
You know what? I'm never coming back here again. That sign's bullshit!
Oh my god, so mean! I love her. I really do. Thanks for letting me play her.
Thank you.
No problem. I love her. I could live in her, like, I could live as her all day. She's so fun. And this show is so character driven and so relationship driven, which is what I love about it. Like, especially those moments between Paul and Emma. Man, my whole life, my one goal was to avoid dying in Hatchetfield. And here we are.
Hey, could be worse. You could be dying in Clivesdale.
Fuck Clivesdale.
Fuck 'em.
They give us a new flavor, and it's just a chance for characters to connect. Hi, I'm Lauren Lopez, and I will be playing Emma Perkins. And
you'll direct.
okay, wait, are we doing it then? Okay, you're not gonna use the bit. Oh, it's fine.
No, we're gonna use the bit.
He's not gonna use the bit.
Wow.
All right.
That's the best video I've ever seen in my life.
There you go. So yes, a big thing about this production is that it is going to be directed by Lauren Lopez, who we all know as Emma Perkins from the cast. Lauren has also been the choreographer on a few of our past shows, and now she's stepping into the director's role. And so we're really excited to see her do it. Lauren is incredibly talented, and I'm really excited to see her take it and run with it. And when we made that video, she was so convinced that I wasn't going to use that bit of her not knowing that she was going to direct the show. But there you go. I used the bit.
And you saw it.
Oh, God, we gotta eat these.
I was saying, I can't wait to hear, like, Lauren has a voice that she uses when she's getting everyone's attention.
Oh.
She goes,
Oh, yeah.
Guys! Where she goes into falsetto to save her voice. She's like,
everybody!
And that makes me just lock in.
Yeah, me
right to
too.
That voice.
Yeah.
Because you want to make her feel like, yeah. As soon as I hear that voice, I just lock in. Know what you got? So I'm very, very excited.
Nick, the chat wants to know if you took that nap.
No.
I love that you guys included.
That's why I'm
real
drinking all this coffee.
That's been had.
That was 100% real.
I love that you took it right from the books.
I've been going nonstop since Cinderella.
I
I've
know
been
you have.
getting Cinderella. I've been working nonstop for a year. So, but I'm really excited to see Lauren directing the show. I'm excited to see Lauren back as Emma. Again, when we were filming that video, it was so much fun to see all the characters back and moving around and all of that. Just a really quick check-in with the Kickstarter campaign right now. It is at $152,692.
Amazing.
This campaign has been live for less than an hour and a half.
And really, the more money we get, the more arms Doug gets for the show.
Yeah.
So
I need 83 arms, or I'm walking.
You know what? Do you guys remember when we were choreographing the original Guy Who Didn't Like Musicals, and we had to cut the human train?
Can I talk about this?
Yes. Let's talk about the human train.
All right. Let's set the
Wait,
record.
I need all the lore. I need all.
Yeah.
So in coming up with the opening number of the, I was given the song. I was like, okay, there's a lot to work with here. And there was a specific part where it's like, what am I gonna do with this section? It's just like very percussive, and it sounds like chicka 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 chicka. So it's like, okay, we're gonna make a train out of the entire ensemble, and we're gonna work really hard to do it. And I got everyone in their place. And then I was even sent videos when I couldn't be at rehearsal about everyone doing it and putting it together. And then I got a text message one day saying, hey, we cut that part.
So sorry.
Yeah,
it was.
So
what that was like, it was like Lauren jumping up like this into somebody's arms, and then she was going like this, like her arms were little train wheels going chugga chugga chugga, and it was during the part of, did you hear the word? What's the word? He's a coming. Who's a coming? And that part used to be like much longer.
Yeah.
Like Guy Who Didn't Like Musicals is probably one of the shows, I don't know if you guys remember this, that we cut the most down during the rehearsal process. We really wanted it to be, we didn't want it to overstay its welcome, honestly.
Yes.
And we said, okay, let's clip it along. Like, we cut a song, an entire song from the original Guy Who Didn't Like Musicals. That was a song that was going to be a news person song called A Meteor Hits. That was a Meteor Hits given Hatchfield fits. And then that song eventually was rewritten to become the Wiggly Jingle in Black Friday. He's a wiggly wig and a wiggly wiggly, you know. So
you know that one.
That one, you know, we always try to recycle things and all of that. But so Meteor Hits, we cut down like, what do you want, Paul? We cut down all the stuff.
Going
Usually
to Die was cut down like
we cut down to try and, you know, just keep the pace of the show good. And we knew, this is another little tiny thing about Guy Who Didn't Like Musicals, is that if you watch the show, after the first number, there's the opening number, and then there is no music in the show until the meteor shows up. Because we said we wanted it to be quiet, like just office noise and the street noise and things like that, because this is a world with no music. And then as soon as the meteor's coming in through the sky, that's when the underscoring starts. So we knew that there was going to be a good stretch of the show that had no music in it, and we wanted that to keep that as paced as good as we could, so that by minute 15 the meteor got there. So that was you know, we were young and we had the energy to cut things.
Yeah, when I was prepping the script for licensing to license the show out, I had to cut it down so that it matched the YouTube version, and I just forgot these giant. The scenes went on for like twice as long. There were giant monologues that were completely removed. McNamara had a giant monologue that we were just holding on to, and we did not want to cut, but it should have been cut. And then like Bill talked forever, and we set up more stuff for Black Friday, but it was all great cuts. Great cuts.
It was good cuts. We were going to add in this Bill monologue where he was going to talk about when Alice was born. And and he was going to talk about how when Alice was born, he went to, like, he was like in the hospital, and something was wrong with the birth, and she was in trouble. She was not doing well, and Bill went down to a chapel in the
That's my dad
in the hospital, and he was praying for Alice, and then he ran into this guy in a jean jacket going, you know, this is all just bullshit, right? And it was Wilbur Cross. And we were like, oh, he's gonna meet Wilbur Cross and he's gonna talk about Wilbur Cross. But
it went on for so long, and we said, what if this show is a giant failure? Why are we setting up a sequel? Let's cover
What
it.
does that mean? What happened then? Is Wilbur involved in Alice's?
It was just
I
weird.
forgot.
I forget what it led to, but we liked the idea that Wilbur Cross was there messing with people from day one.
That's so cool. I love that.
But you know, and that's when we were writing Guy. So anyway, speaking of you mentioned Matt, General John McNamara, why don't we check out another one of our videos from somebody who could not be here because they are doing a concert right now in London. So let's take a look at what the next interview that we have here is.
Jeff Blim. I'll be playing Davidson, Sam. Who else we got? Is that it? McNamara. How can I forget McNamara? And I wrote the music for the show.
Hey, Paul. Can I get those reports on my desk by the end of the day?
Mr. Davidson is what happens when you're at a company for way too long. You know, got to drive up stock prices, gotta run a tight ship, and you know, he just runs on coffee.
Yes, Mr. Davidson. Great.
Sam is an unhinged cop who loves musicals.
Hey, I have a little present for you. These 2 tickets to Mamma Mia.
I never miss a musical at the Starlight, and if anyone thinks that makes me less of a man, they can talk to my fucking gun.
John McNamara is a true good man. He's the best man I've ever known.
Good evening, Paul. My name's General John McNamara of the United States Military Special Unit PEIP. We call it PEEP.
PEEP? I've never heard of you guys.
And you never will. Not a peep.
He's the purest of heart, purest of intention. But honestly, revisiting this show, because he gets a glow up in Black Friday and subsequent Nightmare Time stories.
My name's General John McNamara of the United States Military. Special Unit PEIP. We call it PEEP.
I've never heard of you guys.
Oh, we're a fairly small team. Just me and a few of my peeps.
So what's interesting is I see McNamara as true good, and I think in the whole Hatchetfield universe he is. But in this show, he takes a villainous turn, which is interesting to revisit now, after having experienced him as true good for quite a while.
Wow. Lots to think about. Lots to think about.
Jeff Blim. So, yeah, Jeff is also in London right now. I don't know what time it is in London. They may be on stage performing at this very moment.
They're probably like an hour and a half out. Maybe an hour out. We're the pregame.
I saw people in the chat saying they were in line. They were queuing for the show.
Oh my god!
Oh, wow.
Cute.
For McNamara, wasn't there a monologue from McNamara at one point? And was that in Black Friday?
You can't discuss what the monologue's about because it's now a spoiler.
Oh, got it. Never mind.
Well, can you tell me when we're off live?
Yeah.
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 Sure.
Yeah, we wrote this gigantic again. We actually wrote that, Matt. Remember for Guy Who Didn't Like Musicals, and we cut it from Guy Who Didn't Like Musicals, going, why does this guy come in and talk forever? And then we put it into Black Friday. And then we said, he's still talking forever. Get this out of here. And so
that one, yeah.
We'll get it.
It's so weird. That it had no place in either show.
I love that monologue. I think it's awesome.
But it does have a place later.
It is a spoiler, but it's awesome.
Yeah, McNamara, it is interesting that in that video, Jeff says that McNamara had a glow up in Black Friday and subsequent Nightmare Time stories because he's forgetting what Nightmare Time stories have actually been made. Like, he knows what's coming. So there will be some fun stuff.
Yeah.
Whoa.
And
yeah.
as well. Yes, John.
People, do people have any questions about McNamara or Jeff? Or music?
Well, also he forgot that he plays Man in a Hurry.
That's right.
He also forgot Man in a Hurry. Who also has a name now. You guys remember his name? Very Swift.
Yeah.
By the way, we're at $170,000 right now.
Wow.
Oh wow.
That's amazing.
We could hit our goal in this live stream.
Let's be crazy.
It is possible we could hit our goal on YouTube today.
Why not?
That would be great. That would be awesome. So really quick, do we want to talk about the campaign a little bit? You know,
Yes.
we've got
That's a great idea.
you know what we're raising money for, and what
idea.
you're all going to get if you contribute to this campaign. So you all know, you're all here, we're going to be remounting The Guy Who Didn't Like Musicals this summer in Los Angeles, California. Exact dates TBD, but it's going to probably happen sometime around early mid-July is when the show will open. We will have all of those details very soon. We're just finalizing some things, and it's going to be at the El Portal Theater, and it's going to run into August. We'll see how tickets sell. We actually, you know, if it sells, maybe we'll add some more performances. We don't know. So we'll see how that goes, and it's going to be, you know, like we were all, you guys were involved in Nerdy Prudes and Cinderella. You know how much bigger the El Portal is than the Matrix Theater, where we initially did Guy Who Didn't Like Musicals. So the idea was to do a bigger run in a much bigger space, run it for longer, try and give as many people as possible an opportunity to come see it, and then record this bigger version and share that with everybody who can't make it out to the live show. So and that will be available for rental, that digital version at first, and then it'll hit YouTube eventually. So that's everything that we're trying to fund, and I think I'm very excited for it. And do we want to talk a little bit about the rewards?
Yeah.
What the reward tiers are? Yeah.
So starting at the first reward, you'll get your name in the credits. For $5, you get your name in the credits.
And that's
Here's your producer.
Yes.
And that's in the credits of that digital version that will be released after the live show. And you know, if you saw, I had a lot of fun putting in the credits for Cinderella with all the names. There were like 7,000 names in Cinderella in those end credits.
7,300 names.
And we
I put them together with you.
Yeah.
And getting the preferred name for everyone, a lot of work, but I think we got it. I think we got everybody.
Yeah, the Cinderella was interesting editing it, because it was my goal to get that show under 2 hours, and the show actually is, minus the credits, under 2 hours, but then there are 10 minutes of credits because there's so many names in the
Beautiful credits.
Yeah.
Great.
Yes, sir. And then the next reward, so you're a producer on the show, you get your name in the credits, big deal, and you'll get plenty of screen time. Number 2 is the behind the scenes featurette, which you'll get at $20.
Which I think, Kurt, if you're willing, you may be involved in that.
Hired in real
Yeah.
time.
Congratulations. An offer is now gone out.
StarKid works.
Yeah.
Kurt, I'm
Real
offering you a job on a live stream
An offer has
with
been made.
4,500 people watching.
Don't say no.
But
Say
Kurt,
no, bitch.
Kurt did such an amazing job. Kurt made 2 behind-the-scenes featurettes for Cinderella.
That's correct. If you backed Cinderella's Castle and you're here again, you thought you were getting 1, but you get 2. Last time you got 2 behind this, 2 hours, 2+ hours, right, Nick? I think. Kurt? Was it
Kurt?
It was like 2 hours. It was like 2 hours of behind the scenes footage and content, which was beautifully edited and beautifully shot. It was awesome. It's like a movie.
Yep.
So that's what you get for $20.
Big fan of special features.
Me too.
I grew up watching special features.
Special features.
Yeah.
Yes, I also
love
miss
that.
special features. At $50, you'll get early access to tickets, which, Nick, do you want to say anything about that? I think it's going to be important. It'll be very helpful to get early access to tickets, especially with this show.
Right. So, you know, depending on, sadly, we have a finite number of tickets that we can sell, which is, I don't know exactly. I think we have 16 planned performances, and there's like 360 seats in the theater. So you can do the math of how many seats that leads up to. So it's kind of, I think it's somewhere around maybe 5,000 or something like that. So really depending on how many people back it, how many people are involved. Like Cinderella had 7,000 backers, just 7,300 backers. So really getting that reward tier of that $50 early access is to really help you make sure that you are like first in line for tickets, and you will have access to the pre-sale time. So we've got that going.
Someone asked about the behind the scenes featurette. Will you only get a limited time to watch the behind the scenes featurette? No, you'll be able to watch it forever and ever.
Yay!
Also, someone said that the Kickstarter link wasn't working. I'm putting the Kickstarter link in the chat. It works. It's also pinned, but if it's
it works. It works.
But it should be working. Yeah. So the next one is the next reward, is the poster, which you'll get at $75. A beautiful piece of artwork for the poster to commemorate the show.
Matt, do you want to tell us a little bit about that poster?
Yeah, the poster, the artwork is done by Meg Lloyd, who
The amazing Meg Lloyd.
Our amazing prop master for
Yep.
Sparrow Castle as well.
Yep. Yep. Meg is very dedicated. She's hardworking. She's so talented. We just in Cinderella had a passing fancy of making a joke about what if Crumb was eating a giant block of cheese, and she overheard us and came in with a giant block of cheese.
Here you go.
Made magic.
There
Made
you go.
magic.
Meg made my severed head.
Yes.
Yes.
Big deal.
She made that. Like, she's so good.
She got us the wood
Skin-
block
she made the
for
skin suits?
ragweed.
People have also asked, is the poster only for the Kickstarter? Will you only be able to get it on this Kickstarter?
I think you'll probably be able to buy it at the show.
Okay, great.
So
as well.
IRL.
So
or
here
Kickstarter.
in real life at the show.
Yes.
Also, shout out to Meg Lloyd, an amazing animator, and made this absolutely brutal killer animatic of Nerdy Prudes in the Sky.
Have you seen that, Will?
Oh, it's amazing. Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
my favorite thing.
That's
Send it to everybody.
Animated Will Branner.
So
I love it.
And
We need a full
John.
anime of it.
Yeah.
And little
And
John.
John.
But
Little John.
Meg is truly a world-class talent. So get that poster now. So that's at $75, and at $100 you'll get a sticker set.
I want it.
Right?
And
Also
Right.
by
Matt, who did the stickers?
Nicole Rodriguez.
Oh, so talented.
Yeah, who did the stickers for Cinderella.
Yes, the most
So
beautiful
good.
stickers that I use
Yeah.
on I use it on my water bottle. I love those
Yep,
stickers,
me
and
too.
they're kind of like the water resistant. They've got they've got some sort of film on them. I don't know.
They're
But
so
great.
cool. I love that art on those stickers so much. If you've seen the Cinderella credits, I put the sticker art into the credits.
Yes,
those are
they're
really cool.
so
Those are
good.
great.
That's correct. They are in the credits.
Yeah, Nicole.
It was very Disney 90s credits.
My parents loved those. They were like, "Oh my gosh, stickers of you guys." I'm like, "I know." It's great.
At $150, you will get a patch set with artwork by Meg Lloyd. That's Matt's thing. Shut up.
Yeah, it's art by Meg Lloyd, and you'll get 4 patches of 4 different characters. We got Paul, Emma, McNamara, and Charlotte.
With the guts out.
Yeah, Charlotte with her guts out. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's so fun. Yeah, the patches are gonna be really cool. We couldn't do pins because there's some tariffs going on right now.
Yes,
and it's wrecking up everything.
If anyone was wondering, where are the pins? Well, there's your answer.
Elections have come.
Yeah.
Yep. Mhm.
Yeah, I've been working on this merchandise for 8 months, and I was like, I'm done early. And then the tariffs came in and said, all right, redo everything at the last minute.
Came.
Several people have asked where the production takes place. The production takes place at El Portal Theater in Los Angeles, California.
Yep.
Yep.
And we will have more information about exactly when that's happening and what exactly the ticket prices will be. It's going to be kind of a similar system that we had last year, where there's kind of a tiered seating.
People asked if they'll be answering Hatchetfield lore questions, and I think maybe after we go through the rewards, we'll talk about the schedule for the rest of the rest of the campaign. And there will be other live streams on Saturdays where we will talk about other like Hatchetfield related stuff and lore. But moving on to the rest of the rewards. The next reward is a beautiful sweatshirt at $200, which is the softest sweatshirt you'll ever wear.
They were so fun. We were wearing them.
We were.
We have some fun. We can post that now, I think. Yeah.
There's a really great photo of that.
And actually, I'm wearing a Dragon Ball Z shirt, and we did the fusion wearing the merch. It's very cute.
Matt, you want to talk about that sweatshirt?
Yeah, it's a sweatshirt with a kind of Lords in Black themed StarKid logo, and the artwork is by our sister Jennifer Lang.
Yeah. It's so good. It's so good.
Talent is just coming out of your ears.
It's really cool.
I love that sweatshirt. It's if you can go and take a look at it right now, the picture of it, it's so fun. It's got basically it's like the word StarKid, but every letter is a different Lord in Black.
It's very cool.
It's something that like Matt and I have been wanting to have it exist for a long time. So it's really fun that it exists now.
And exists within your family. That's really special.
Yep. Jen's very talented. Jen's the best artist I know.
That's good.
Is Jen based out of Chicago still?
Yes.
Artist in Chicago. Anyway.
Yeah.
Jen is extremely talented. I love the artwork that Jen made for Cinderella's Castle. The next reward is a Pokey plushie at $300.
I want one. I didn't get a Wiggly. I deserve a Pokey.
Matt, you want to tell us about this Pokey doll?
Yeah, so the Pokey doll is produced by a company called U2's, and they actually reached out to us. They do all of they do merchandise for some pretty big properties.
We're like Five Nights at Freddy's.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
They've got a bunch of licenses that they do. I was just in a store the other day and saw a Godzilla one that they did, and they make these really awesome, really cute, but like hefty dolls too.
They're doing Pokey.
I can't wait to see those. I'm foaming at the mouth.
Yes, I also, just as a company, I love them because the tariffs came in and I said, okay, there goes the Pokey doll. I guess we're canceling it. But they said, you know what? We'll cover the raising cost. We're not gonna charge you anymore. They're the best.
Yeah.
That is like actually really inspiring and motivational.
Yeah, absolutely.
In a corporate times.
That is beautiful. Really incredible.
So people are asking if that Pokey plush will be a Kickstarter exclusive. So basically how these plushies work is we do a bulk order. So how big that bulk order is going to be is going to depend on how many backers back at that tier. It's theoretically possible that if 2,000 people want the Pokey doll, then we'll get 2,000 dolls. So it'll be kind of like we'll have to do the nearest bulk order that is kind of near what our however many backers we get. So if we have any extra, we may sell them at the live show. But the best way to guarantee that you get one is to get that Kickstarter reward.
Absolutely.
That makes sense.
We've been wanting to do a Pokey doll for a long time. Like we knew that we were like, okay, we know Guy, we're going to do Guy. Let's do Pokey now. And then hopefully, and hopefully, wait a minute. Let me look at the Kickstarter page really quick, and then you'll see on the Kickstarter page when you see the picture of that Pokey doll. There later on in the year we might have some other things in the works too with U2s.
Someone asked really quick about when will we be announcing dates before we sell tickets? Do you think we'll be announcing the dates during this campaign?
Yes, we will be announcing the dates of the show probably during this campaign. They're essentially figured out. It's just we need to finalize some details and confirm with everybody, and then we will be trying to put those tickets on sale as soon as humanly possible. We are going to have to obviously wait until the campaign is over because people are going to, there's a Kickstarter reward that gives them early access. So as soon as the campaign's over, we'll try and get that early access going as soon as humanly possible so that people will have time to plan their travel and things like that.
Which is a great segue to the next reward, which is at $600, you get 2 guaranteed VIP tickets, and you get everything else. You get the Pokey plushie, the sweatshirt, the patch set, the sticker set, and the poster. But 2 guaranteed tickets in the best section of the house for you and a guest.
Yeah. So as of right now, the only way that you can absolutely guarantee that you have tickets to the show is to back at that VIP tier, which is a limited tier because obviously we only have so much room in that VIP section. So if you want that, it's actually pretty good because you get all of that other stuff, and then you get those guaranteed seats, so you know that you're going to come in that right in the front of the theater. I think, Matt, what were the ticket prices last year for Cinderella?
The VIP reward tier, or just the prices of regular tickets?
The regular price of tickets.
General admission was $45 and preferred seating was $85.
Okay. So if you're wondering on an estimate of what those tickets would be, if you waited until the general release, or if you had the early access, that's around what the price is going to be this time with the tiered seating. So if you want to, and with that reward, that VIP reward, you're going to have, early access into the theater so that you get the best seats. You get to skip to the front of the line in the StarKid store that we have set up at the show. And you also, you get a pair. You get a pair of tickets. So it's 2 of you coming in to do it. Yeah, for you and a friend.
Yeah, cool. I hope to get one day.
So those are all of those are all of the big rewards. Then we go on to the
one of a kind
yeah,
these are nuts.
rewards.
These are crazy, girl.
First one is the Otho puppet at $2,500.
So if you've seen Nightmare Time 2, the last episode of Nightmare Time 2 is called Yellow Jacket, in which
Love that show with the soccer players.
Yep. All right. That's we made that. We made that.
Yeah, we made that.
But the bad guy in that one, there's a villain that is if you spoiler alert, it is Pokey trapped in like a human kind of mutant shell created by Charles Coven, the creator of CCRP, played by James Tolbert.
Crazy, you're the creator of the CCRP where we work and guide on musicals.
He's the most evil man in the world. I'm the most evil man in Hatchetfield.
Well, and then I'm the most evil woman.
Yep. He's the most evil, but maybe not the deadliest.
Ah!
I didn't say deadliest. I said most evil.
Well, that's coming up in a future stream.
Oh.
So Otho was a great puppet. I loved making Otho for that episode. It really was an experiment of trying to get his eye mechanisms to be good, because he's basically just eyes, and he has blinking eyes that go like this and everything. And I remember some people watched the episode and said, "Did they CGI it?" And I was like, "No, of course not. We don't have any ability to do that." But I really loved making that puppet. But he's just been sitting in storage for years. So instead, let him come and live with you.
Yes.
And then the next one-of-a-kind reward is a personalized poster signed by the team.
So
Yeah. So this will be a huge
Someone
poster.
got that.
Oh, okay.
Got it.
But also with one of these, with each of these one-of-a-kind rewards, you get all of the other rewards, other than the one-of-a-kind ones.
Yep. So you get the VIP tickets, you get the Pokédoll, you get everything. Are those Lords in Black dolls still available?
I think everything's gone.
Except for Otho.
Except for Otho.
Wow. Okay. So if you've seen Nightmare Time or are familiar with the Lords in Black, we had Lords in Black.
I'm sorry.
dolls.
The personalized poster is still available. I apologize.
There you go.
Okay.
Wait, are you sure?
They might be gone.
It isn't?
It says
I need to
zero.
refresh my page.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh, happened so fast.
Help me out here. Okay.
So we had the Lords in Black dolls that are, one of a kind. Essentially, they're statues. They have like faces that are really heavy because they're made of clay for a lot of them. And we used them in the Nightmare Time episodes. And again, they've been sitting in storage. So we said, why don't we give people a chance to get these things out into the world? So it looks like they've all been bought, and congratulations.
Yeah, I think it's I think the meteor someone might be deciding on it, which is the following
Someone's
one.
deciding on the meteor as we speak.
Well, because it says I think it's in someone's cart or something. Maybe they'll change their mind. But there is you can get the meteor for 2,000. Nick and Matt, do you want to talk about how you?
Well, Matt,
sorry.
I knew that there was going to be a shot of the meteor in the trailer, so I built that meteor out of like foam and Sculptamold and put lights in it and stuff. So pretty big. It's like big.
Yeah.
So it's really a cool thing to hang on your wall or something.
it's got lights in it and everything. When we filmed it for the video, I took it over to Kurt's little studio, and like that morning of, I made out of PVC pipe a turning mechanism, and we filmed it, and Kurt put some magic on it and
Incredible.
made it
It
look
looks
awesome.
so good. It looks so incredible in the trailer. Someone asked how many live streams they're going to be. I will let you know. Stick around. In a couple minutes, we'll tell you how many live streams we're doing.
Okay, so that's all the rewards, right?
Well, we didn't talk about the. I guess so. I guess all the other ones are gone.
Because all the other ones
are I guess gone.
They were gone. They were bought by they were bought by some Kickstarter daddies. And speaking of daddy, let's take a look at our next video of our next our cast member who could not be here because they're in London doing a concert. So let's see who it is.
We have so many friends in London.
Who's it gonna be?
Yeah, I'm Corey Dorris, and I'll be playing Bill. Bill is just a good guy at heart, And I think that's always been the fun part with Bill.
I got Alice for one more night before she goes home to Clydesdale. So I'm on Hot Ticks right now. And the moment more become available, I'm getting 2 tickets for tonight. Because guess what, Paul? It's finally here. The touring production of Mamma Mia.
How do you have that like lovable good guy at heart find kind of like the time that he stands up and really, you know, has his like character journey, right? When we started the Hatchetfield series with the guy who didn't like musicals, I think the relationship between Bill and Alice was great. And I didn't know that it was gonna become what it had become over the course of Nightmare Time and all that. So I'm interested to kind of bring the deeper knowledge of what that relationship is into the first iteration of the Hatchetfield series. I think that's what I'm really excited for. So yeah.
Daddy, 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 daddy,
Daddy. That was the most emotional video of my life.
I'm so happy that Corey's coming back. Corey's
Corey's such an incredible actor and performer. And this is such like an actor's dream show, and because there's so many great moments that feel great. I'm sorry, I'm just gushing. Corey's so good. I can't wait for Corey. Corey.
John,
I can't wait for Corey to be in the
beating
show.
himself up right now.
Corey's fantastic.
Hey, Mariah, do you remember when we were blocking that "Not Your Seed"
I do.
scene?
I do.
Remember that? That was
Yeah.
it got a little emotional, didn't it?
I know it did, and honestly, like seeing Corey when we got into costumes, like there's some pictures of us. I'm sure they'll get out that Paul took of us as Bill and Alice, and we just like I felt like kept hugging and being like, "Oh my god, like we're here together." But I was so little when we did the show, and I was brand new, and it kind of did feel like this very important bonding moment that we get to come back to, which is really nice.
Yeah, because Corey has since played your father multiple times.
Yeah, he's canonically my Hatchetfield dad. Like
The
he's gonna.
Hatchetfield dad.
If I'm a teenager in Hatchetfield with a father, it will be played by Corey Dorris. That's done. And thank God.
Yeah. Yeah. When we were working on that scene, that "Not Your Seed" scene, we were working on it, and Corey was going like, "I don't see what's funny about this because it's a comedy, you know, it's a comedy." But Corey was like, "Am I supposed to be funny right now? What's funny about this?" And I said, "Corey, don't be funny. You don't. It's sad. It's terrible. But look at this terrible thing that's happening." And he went, "Oh, thank God. I don't. I didn't know how to make this funny."
So when we were watching the interview, I was like, no one makes me laugh harder on this planet than Corey Dorris. But it's because of things like that you just described. Where I'm just like, I just giggle with them and I'm like, "It's okay, Corey. We're gonna be here together and we're gonna figure it out." I just love
I have a
it
question.
so
Do you think
much.
Corey will make his own dressing room again?
Yes. Oh my God, Corey's dressing room in Nerdy Prudes. Do you remember that? He just like took the shower room in the theater and made it his star dressing room.
No, he did it during Black Friday too.
He did?
He found a nook. He found a nook and just like made his own dressing room.
Yeah.
Corey will find it.
Diva alert.
It's because he's a great actor and he knows how to use the space.
Yes, he does.
He uses the space.
Does some
whatever
great
he needs.
space work.
Guys, we're almost at 200K. If we made the goal.
Listen,
today-
team. Hey, everybody. I gotta run. I got 2 shows, but this is so fun.
Oh.
I know.
Will,
Steamer here.
Will, thank you so much. Wait, Will. First off, on the stream with everybody, tell everyone what you're doing right now.
Yes.
I'm doing Little Shop of Horrors at the Denver Center for the Performing Arts, the #1 not-for-profit theater in the country. It's fantastic.
That's what we do, baby.
If you're in the Denver area, get some tickets. Come see us. It's amazing.
Will, what do you play?
I'm playing the dentist. and a bunch of other characters.
Amazing.
Little Shop is so StarKid coded. It's been fun. It's been like a good warm up into the summer.
StarKid
so
is
really
Little
fun.
Shop coded.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
It's my favorite,
Awesome.
one of my favorite musicals. Hey, thank you so much for being here, Will.
Break the leg, Will.
Break the leg.
I
We'll see
can't
you
wait.
soon.
I can't believe we're almost at $200,000. That's crazy. You guys are the best. Bye.
Love you, Will.
Let me get out of here.
How do I get out of here?
That's our friend, Will from work.
Bye, Will from work.
Will from work. There he went.
There he goes. Another job.
Where did Will from work come from?
I think whenever
He
he'd send
started
a
it.
text, he'd be kind of just like, "Hey, it's Will from work," and then everyone just started calling him Will from work.
Got it. All right.
Yeah, in all his jobs.
That's so fun. Yeah, we just crossed $195,000 on the Kickstarter. Wow, that's amazing.
Huge.
More money
That's
than I've ever
amazing.
seen.
$200,000 very shortly.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We're really excited to see the show live again.
Yeah.
Would make her so happy.
Doing it the first time was very special, and we had a great time, and I'm really excited for this one to come back.
Me too. Should we talk a bit about a little about what the next live streams are going to look like, possibly?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So,
all right.
Next Saturday on May 3rd, we're going to do a live stream called Divining the Future. Ooh.
Oh, that sounds
Yeah. Yeah. So we're gonna be kind of talking about future projects that are in the works. Got a few musicals, a few different things to show little teases of and everything. Also, what I wanted to do was a big project that I've been working on that's taken way too much of my time, but I really wanted to get it done for this stream. Is a Hatchetfield themed tarot card set.
Ooh.
And Nicole Rodriguez did all the artwork for it. And so we've been working on that for months. And of course the tariffs came in to ruin it. So we won't have a physical version of it, but I want to show all the artwork. And I did a thing where I wrote a booklet for what the meaning of each card is. So I want to do a thing where we do readings for each other.
Yes!
That's awesome.
That's so fun!
That'd be very, very cool.
Yeah, so you invoke the powers of the Lords in Black, and they'll tell you your future.
Oh, I'm gonna be so annoying. I'm
Yeah.
gonna be the most annoying I've ever been.
And then the goal is to then be able to sell that tarot deck.
Yes. Yeah, we're kind of scrambling to find new manufacturers. My goal was to have it for next week. We're not going to have a physical copy for next week, but I want it at the show for you to buy.
That's going to be so cool. So if you come see the show in person, you're going to be the first. If you're fans of tarot, you're going to be the first to get your hands on this killer tarot card deck.
Yeah, and again, at the live show, we're gonna try to have things well stocked, but it is kind of a first come first serve sort of thing, which is why those VIP tickets is another good thing to have. It gets you to the front of the line in the store. That we're gonna try and have some exclusive merch this time, right?
Yeah.
But be cool about it, y'all. We've had some issues before. People get stuff early access and then they try to resell it, and that's not the spirit of this stuff. So please be cool about it.
Do that.
Be cool, please.
Yes.
Be cool.
I'm and then what are the other streams that we've got going on?
What a great question. The next stream, that's May 3rd. That's next Saturday, so clear count for that.
And also, everybody's going to be back from London by that point. So.
The whole cast is going to be there. It's going to be a very, very fun stream. Everyone's going to be there. And then the following stream that we have planned is May 17th, which is a Hatchetfield series recap, where we go through, we answer all of your questions about lore. Go ahead, Matt, sorry.
And just kind of get everybody up to speed on where things are and what's happening in the story. Because I know some people have seen Nerdy Prudes and none of the other stuff, or Guy Who Didn't Like Musicals and none of the other stuff. So it's like taking you through, and if you haven't had the patience to sit down and watch everything, we'll just kind of summarize it for you.
Yeah, we'll try and
we'll take you through.
We'll give enough spoilers so that you know what's going on, but not spoilers to where it'll actually ruin your viewing experience. If you decide to watch it, maybe you'll hear about abstinence camp and say, "Oh, I gotta watch that."
Yeah, you do.
Will we be talking about any other Hatchetfield related projects that could be?
Yeah, sure.
Sure.
I mean, yeah,
We'll see what happens.
yeah. Well,
I think when we, and one of the things we wanted to make clear, because when we were deciding to remount The Guy Who Didn't Like Musicals, we were a little bit going like, are people going to now think that we're just done and that now we're just going to be running the old shows? And I don't think that's the case. We want to keep making more Hatchetfield stuff. We've got many ideas for many, many things to come, and we love Hatchetfield. And, there were like discussions in terms of like catch up and trying to figure out where everything is. There, we were for a while going like, okay, we're remounting The Guy Who Didn't Like Musicals. Is this like a separate reality, or where the same events are happening in a different reality, or is it literally the same thing again? Yeah. Does it take place still in 2018?
Yeah, I was looking at that.
I think the idea is that yes, it's just going to take place in 2018 still.
Of course, it's a period piece.
It's a period piece.
This is a period piece.
Yeah.
Besides,
says,
it's
2018.
It's a period piece.
If you hop it up to 2025, there's just a series of dominoes that start falling, and nothing makes sense anymore.
Yeah, you go. The characters need to be a certain age. Like, this was something that as we were writing all the shows, because we knew we were going to do Guy, then Black Friday, then Nerdy Prudes Must Die. And then the pandemic came in and, kind of killed our ability to really do them all in a row. So we had to kind of push off Nerdy Prudes. And eventually you see that we had to set Nerdy Prudes in 2020. Because
Nerdy Prudes was also a period piece that took place 2 years in the past, because we had to, because we had to have Grace be a certain age.
Because Grace has to be in high school with Alice, who is a senior in The Guy Who Didn't Like Musicals. And so Grace, we made Grace as young as humanly possible, without it being creepy that Bill would say, try dating somebody like So it's just going to be in a nice period piece that takes place in 2018.
I love it.
Yeah.
Yes, John.
Yes, we had one question about early access tickets I think we could answer, which with early access tickets, when you buy early access tickets, is there a limit to how many people you can buy when you get early access tickets?
I don't know.
Yeah. We'll be able to answer that at one of our future live streams.
We'll let you know soon.
The final, we're also almost at 200K, which is huge. We're less than 1,000 away. The next, the final live stream that we'll be doing is on May 24th. We'll be doing like a long, I think 10-hour live stream is planned. We'll be having a lot of events planned on that day. It should be a lot of fun on May 24th.
Yeah.
Bringing in the end of it.
To ring in the end. All right, we just crossed $200,000.
We did it.
We did it. All right.
200.
All right. Look, we're less than 50,000 away from the
And we've got
Kickstarter
45
goal.
minutes left in this stream. We can hit it. All we need is another 50.
Everybody.
Yeah.
I just want to say I love you. I just love
Thank
you.
you all so much.
Yeah.
Thank
A
you so
convers-
much. Yeah.
A conversation that me and Nick have been having for a year has been, no one's going to donate to this. What do we do? What do we do if nobody wants to see this?
I know,
What
they're
are we
like,
gonna
do
do?
you
I've been for 6 months. I've been waking up at 3 a.m., 4 a.m. Just like, no, it's not gonna raise the money.
Matt, Nick, don't worry, look at us in a day.
Wait, so Matt, do you need to take a nap as well?
Yeah, no,
Yeah, I
both
think
Lang
Matt-
brothers need to take
I've
naps
been up-
immediately.
I eyes burst open at 3 a.m. saying, I'm not gonna make the money.
Make the money.
And I've been up since. Yeah.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Please, for these boys to take naps, let us reach this goal immediately.
For $12 million, the Lang brothers will both take naps.
We'll both take a nap. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, let's actually take a look. Okay. You know what?
Okay.
You know what? I don't know if he actually takes naps, but I imagine this next video is about a guy who knows how to nap. You know? And so let's let's take a look at another I think this is like a chill person who says, "Hey man, I can nap. Hey man, take a nap, dude."
Okay.
And so-
This guy knows how to nap.
This guy knows how to nap.
Talking about Paul.
So let's take another look at another cast member who couldn't be here today because they're performing maybe right now in London. Okay, here we go. Let's see. Who's it gonna be?
Give to our friends when they.
My name is Joey Richter, and I am playing Ted Spankoffski in The Guy Who Didn't Like Musicals Reprised.
Hey, you going to Beanies?
Yeah?
You didn't invite me?
Sorry, Ted, do you want to come?
No. I don't want to show you up, yeah?
I think the thing that I like playing about Ted is just how pathetic he is. You know, he's a bit of a scoundrel, he's a bit of a hound dog, he's he's a little nasty, he's a little mean, he's not quite someone you'd want to have a relationship with, either in an office or romantically.
No, Charlotte, this guy is a scumbag, all right? You could upgrade to a sleazeball.
But I think kind of how pathetic he is and realizing how much he's hurting inside, it's been a really fun thing to explore with Ted over and over again.
I've been a grade A asshole, but I swear, I am gonna be a better person because today has taught me something.
Ted Spankoffski, since we met him originally in Guy Who Didn't Like Musicals, has been given an illustrious backstory in which he dies multiple times in the Hatchetfield universe. So I think revisiting this show that is kind of the marker and the start to this whole universe that got created is just a really fun opportunity for both the people who created it and also the people who got to be in it and play these characters now with like so much more thought and backstory and just like stuff going into it.
Hey, Paul, I have always considered you one of my best friends. Boys, you
You coward!
Hey, I said I'd be a better person. I'm still not a good person. Fuck that.
And you know, every office and every story like this has to have that one guy who you're like, this shitheel who just needs to go. And it's got to be Ted in this one, and I do love Ted.
Number 1. Wow, Ted is back. Ted has been here.
Nemo's here.
Nemo. Hello,
Yeah.
Nemo.
This is around the time of day when he starts pestering me to feed him.
Yeah.
So
He's a good boy.
I was suggesting, Lauren and I were talking about this, if we could do a show, if we could raise enough money just for all the dogs to come see
To
it.
be in the show.
No, for them to come see the audience, because I think that they would really enjoy it.
Sit in the audience?
Yeah,
An audience.
the dogs. But I don't think they should be surrounded by people. You know,
A show that is just for dogs.
Yeah, a performance just for the dogs, I think.
Yeah.
360 dollars.
And every dog, every seat is filled with a good little dog.
we take
We put a lot of
Nemo to a few. We've taken Nemo to a few plays, and something about Nemo is that he needs allergy shots every 10 days. He's got to get a shot in his butt because he's allergic. He's allergic to just about everything, including humans.
Yeah.
So he needs allergy shots, and when we give him a shot, we trick him into liking the shots because we go yay and applaud for him afterwards.
Yeah.
And so when we take him to see plays, the end of the plays, when people clap for him, he gets so excited because he thinks that the clapping is for him. He thinks everyone's clapping for him.
He's got to come to our play for the dog show that I'm running.
You know, do you guys remember that Nemo came to the filming of Black Friday, and he actually for one little bit played the Wiggly doll?
Yeah, he stood in for Wiggly. Yeah.
We have footage of that, right? No?
I don't know.
Yeah, I've got it on my phone.
But Linda held a little dog, and she was dancing during Feast or Famine, and she gave him a little kiss on his head.
And held him up, yeah. Yeah. You're in a play.
Nick, I have a question. I think it's a good question to ask. Is there an age limit for this musical? Is it 18 and up to see the show?
I would, it's obviously going to be up to your discretion, but it's definitely intended for mature audiences. There's, there is adult language, and there's violence, simulated violence and things like that. When we did the show the first time, we had a poster that was, a drawing of Paul running in the street and things like that. And there was one performance where I came in to see what was going on with the audience before the show started. And there was a family that brought little kids because they saw the thing and they were like, oh, that looks like a fun thing for kids. And I had to go up to them and say, hi, just so you know, this has mature things in it. This has swears. This has violence. It's maybe a little scary for a kid. And they said, we're fine. And then they just sat and watched the whole thing. And they had a fine time.
You never know.
It's like PG
13.
Well, if it were a movie, it'd be R because of the violence and the swears.
I'd say for seeing the show, it's same rules as rated R. It's like, just as it's meant for a mature audience. But I guess if somebody comes and they're 16 and they have a parent, I think that's fine.
Okay, cool.
It's not like we're gonna say, hey, you can't come in.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna card anybody or try and do that. It's up to you and your guardians and all of that, and use your discretion.
100%. We're still talk. I don't know what I can't talk about. So we're still figuring out some like the exciting production elements of the show, right?
Yes. So the show is, we're still kind of putting the team together, and we're still kind of reaching out to certain people and figuring certain things out. Every time we run one of these campaigns, we have a budget that we're working off of, and then that thing will be, a little influx depending on how much money the Kickstarter raises. Like, for example, during Cinderella, we upped the budget by almost $200,000 because we were able to get that funding through the campaign. So things are a little in flux. We're still putting the team together, and we will be announcing all of those team members over the course of the next month. So
amazing.
but it's going to be great. We're going to have great designers. We're in talks with who's coming on to the show. We're going to have some familiar faces, some new faces. We'll have some understudies, this time around. When we first did The Guy Who Didn't Like Musicals, we were not yet in the practice of having understudies for our performances. And we had one performance where Lauren was unable to perform. She couldn't go on, and I had to go on for Emma, and it was I hated it. I remember that I got the call that it was going to happen, and I said, "This is a joke. This has to be a joke." I was so grumpy.
So grumpy.
but yeah, and also in Black Friday, we had some people get ill. We still didn't have understudies in Black Friday. We didn't learn our lesson on The Guy Who Didn't Like Musicals, and we eventually had to cancel one of the performances of Black Friday, and we did kind of like a impromptu concert instead, and refunded everybody their tickets for that performance. And then after that, we said, okay, we need understudies for everything. So this time around, with it being a longer run, we want to make sure that every track is covered and that we have our bases covered. So we'll be announcing who's in the team for as soon as we can.
And someone asked, has StarKid ever done a remount before?
Yes, StarKid has remounted things before. James, you want to talk about VHS?
So I know some people like to say that technically Trail to Oregon, they had their run off Broadway. So that was just kind of extension of their original run. But VHS Christmas Carols, for those of you who have not seen it, we've now done 4 versions of that show. So it started as just everyone recorded on green screens in their apartments during the pandemic. And then we did the Bourbon Room in Hollywood, and then we did the tour versions, and now we've done 2 versions in Chicago.
And it keeps expanding too. Like it went from a 1-act to a 2-act.
A 2-act, yes. Clark is he's brilliant and writes such wonderful pop score for this kind of show. And I've been very lucky to be one of the directors on the show for the past 3 years. And so, we now have a full-scale 2-act musical that we've been putting on. And according to Meredith, we're going to do it until we all die.
Good. Christmas electricity changed lives.
Yes.
It did, baby.
Yes.
It did.
Yeah. That's been remounted. I would, like you said, I think that counts as a true remount. Here's a new director. Here's a new thing. When we did Trail to Oregon, which we took off Broadway for like a week, it was basically the same show, but it got twice as long as it was originally, because when we did it the first time, there were some performances where we had more people in the cast than were in the audience, and nobody laughed. And then when we ran the show in New York, it had come out online, so everybody was like, "Oh, I'll go see that. I saw it online." And we had a nice run where we sold out all the tickets, and everybody started laughing at things, and we didn't realize that they were going to laugh so much, and the show became twice as long as it was when we ran it in Chicago.
Huge. I wish I'd seen that show live. I hope to see it show live. Someone asked when the end date for the Kickstarter it will be. It's going to end on May 28th. So only 28 days.
Or
right? Am I wrong?
It's the 24th.
May 24th. Only 28 days. I'm sorry. May 24th is the final day. I said it earlier, 24th. Yep. And someone else asked about stretch goals, and I think we were going to be talking about stretch goals, figuring out stretch goals still and deciding on them, depending on how we do today as well.
Yeah, that's nuts.
So if you can,
please
go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, again, you know, Matt and I have been in our own private conversations worried that we would not meet the goal for this campaign, and we so we're going to be talking more about stretch goals and things like that to come. You know, there are definitely brainstorming ideas of things that we would love to do associated with this production that will kind of depend on how much money we raise, you know, because everything costs money. Like making a new recording of like the album would cost money. You know, the scale at which we're able to film the show varies. So we'll be talking more about that in the weeks to come.
And you first.
And the other tricky thing is that you just have to decide where to spend the money, because if we told you all the ideas, I'm sure people would say do all of them. But there's just not going to be the funds to do all of them. So it's going to be a matter of, we're just going to have to see where we are in terms of fundraising and just see what's realistic. We also want to be careful not to, I don't know, promise out like too many additional projects, because that can kind of gum up the works.
We just this year had Space Baby come out, which you know, we've got some Space Baby members over there, and it was a project that we had been working on since the StarKid Returns campaign, which was the one that funded Nerdy Prudes Must Die, right?
And the tour.
And the tour. When did we run that campaign?
2023, fall of 2023.
Or 2022.
Yeah.
2022.
Oh,
yeah.
So, and we're still not done doing all that stuff from that campaign. We still have a podcast and a play reading that
it's coming.
You know.
Yeah.
Sorry. One other thing I want to say is Cinderella's Castle did so well, but also, and I think we're eventually on one of the future campaigns going to be talking about where the budget went for that show. But that we used all of that, and we actually went over budget. Isn't that right, Nick?
Yes, we went over budget on Cinderella, and there are some things that I think people may be surprised to learn what was not even included in the budget, because, you know, like, for example, the puppets for Cinderella's Castle were not part of the budget for Cinderella's Castle. We spent all that money on the production, and none of that money went to the puppets. I made the puppets. So it was for free. Stupid. I made them for free too. So
and it was like all of where you live, like your home became your studio.
Yeah. You know, it was
this is why he needs an out.
So anyway, I've seen a few people, Kurt, talking about how can they watch Space Baby.
Oh
yes,
yeah. It's you can check it out on StarKid's website. It's available for rental on VHX, and I believe there'll be a eventual release coming later on. We'll see when that happens, because there's a lot of projects in the works. But go check it out. A lot of cool people are involved in it, and a lot of like old folks that you know from past shows. And James directed the short.
Matt wrote the music.
John stars in the short. Matt wrote music for 2 of the shorts.
Yes.
And Jamie Lynn and I made it together.
And an awesome group of other people.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Being pulled in from all other adjacent places.
Yes.
That's so beautiful.
Yeah, shipwreck people were joining.
Shipwreck
Yes.
people,
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
John Chain. Yeah. So it's
Yeah,
it's on the StarKid website, and then then you'll be able to access it at some point, but we'll figure out when that release comes.
It's a really fun project, and I would, if you've got, it's like, how much does it cost to rent it?
I think it's $10.
$10 bucks. You know, go and you can rent this. It's basically the pilot episode, and the whole idea was for it to feel like an old block of TV, like from the 90s, of going like, like One Saturday Morning or the Disney Afternoon and that kind of thing. Like you're flipping through channels and this bizarre alien baby learning about
so cute.
Learning about life, and that being kind of the conceit for all of these different fun, weird, experimental little shorts that we had all these different teams making, and it's really fun.
And that's like, I think the goal with a lot of this stuff is to just be able to include more artists and more creators in the mix and more voices in the room. And I feel like Space Baby represents that. So thank you for letting us make it. It was so much fun.
Hey, thank you. Thank you. And speaking of Space Baby, let's take a look at the next video from a cast member who was unable to be on the stream because she's currently, she might be singing right now. So let's see what she has to say about this remount of The Guy Who Didn't Like Music.
Oh my god!
Here we go.
Oh boy.
I'm Jamie Lynn Beatty, and I played Charlotte in The Guy Who Didn't Like Musicals. And I'm pretty sure that's who I'm playing this time around. That's who I was. That's who I'll be.
CCRP Technical, this is Charlotte. How can I help? Oh, hi, Sam. How are things down at the precinct? Well, I'm sorry to hear that. Well, my day's been Uh-huh. Oh, how late? Oh, but sweetheart, it's cuddle night.
I don't know. I don't think Charlotte's done anything since we did this show. We're picking her up where we left her. What has she done? I don't think she's done anything. She doesn't get out much. I don't think she went anywhere. I don't think she's done anything since this show. I certainly haven't.
Sam, he's doing just fine. Townsend's working out real swell.
Charlotte? I'm sorry, you can't smoke in here.
Oh! I didn't even realize.
It's okay.
Thank you for helping The Guy Who Didn't Like Musicals return to the stage. The apotheosis is upon us. Yeah, it is. So, get the fuck ready.
Jamie!
All right. Jamie Lynn Beatty. Jamie Lynn Beatty coming back to be Charlotte.
Come on now.
Charlotte Sweetly. It's going to be a lot of fun. I really like Jamie's performance in the show. If you watch The Guy Who Didn't Like Musicals, it's really fun because she kind of starts out as Wendy Torrance from The Shining and then slowly morphs into Judy Garland.
And that's her arc.
Yeah, it's great.
Jamie's like the most creative person.
Oh, she's so.
What a treasure.
Yeah, she made all the props for VHS.
Yes,
We made
yeah,
Space Baby
yeah.
together.
Well, her
And then,
creativity
she's
is
such
so
an
her
incredible
own.
actor and singer.
Yeah.
She's so good at so many different things.
Yeah, she is.
Got to see her in. She did a parody of the
The-
Wives of Trump.
Yes.
It was really
Oh,
funny.
yes.
And then she was in The Stranger. Anyway, she's such a incredible, versatile performer.
It'll good to be having her back in Hatchetfield on the stage. It's time to put her back on the stage with us.
Yes, we actually tried to get Charlotte in Nerdy Prudes. Remember how we had everybody kind of cameo?
She was gonna have in Hatchettown.
In Hatchettown, we were going to have Charlotte be one of the people. I think at one point it was going to be Bryce was going to say until Charlotte went on her murder spree.
Yeah, that's right.
And it was going to be Charlotte, but Jamie had a conflict and it didn't work out. But it'll be nice to see Jamie back in Hatchetfield.
Yeah, it will.
It'll be great fun. We're going to have to remake those guts that come out of her.
All those guts.
Expensive guts.
Expensive guts.
Yeah.
The guts were made of nylons and some latex and things like that. And we're going to have to remake them because the ones that were in the original show, remember on the last day, we covered everything in blood, in the fake blood for all the special shots.
Like, not gonna need these ever again.
Yeah, we
in blood.
There it goes.
Yeah, and then we threw them away.
Here we are.
So for $16 million.
All right.
Yeah, real guts. Real guts. Black market.
We're only $36,000 away from hitting our goal.
Whoa.
We're only $36,000 away from hitting our goal.
That's so.
It's crazy.
And we're 19 minutes away from the end of this live stream. Can we make it?
Can't we make it?
We could.
Yeah.
Yes.
Is the band all back?
Yeah.
Is the band all back?
The band's all confirmed.
The band is all confirmed.
Yes.
You heard it live.
Hatchetfield band is back.
Very good.
Coming back, baby.
The Hatchetfield High School Band.
The Hatchetfield High School Band.
Wait,
you guys
And-
were in band, right?
Yeah, you were in
Well, we were during the original guy. We had that little doorway.
No, because people would see you.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
when
I-
you were just piano man.
Because I was like, oh, I gotta see so I could hit all the cues and nail everything. And most of the show's just me laughing at everybody being amazing on stage.
So sweet.
I don't know who, but this is an embarrassing story. But during the Guy Who Didn't Like Musicals, for one of the shows, I was out back warming up behind the theater, and I stepped in human poop.
Oh my
That's
God.
right. I remember this.
Oh.
I stepped in absolute.
I will never forget.
It was absolutely human.
It was disgusting. I had to clean it.
Yeah, that was crazy.
I'm sorry. I tried.
I had to clean
I
off
tried
that
to clean
shit.
some of it.
It was
I'm
terrible.
sorry, Nick.
Right on Melrose.
But one of the band members, I don't know who it was. I think it was the one who left,
The one that's no longer with
or
us.
maybe it was Austin.
No,
it might
Austin
have
was Ryan.
No, it was it
Yeah,
Ryan?
it was Austin.
I think it was the drummer. So it was Ryan, and so he was like, "This was a horrible experience. I'm not doing this again." But Ryan was like, "I've got an extra pair of shoes."
Yeah.
And then I wore his shoes in the show. And
Paul.
Ryan said, "Ryan, if you're out there, thank you."
Yeah.
Nick, I'm sorry that you had to clean those shoes.
You know, that's not the only gross thing that I had to clean up in Guy Who Didn't Like Musicals.
Yep.
This is a little bit of an embarrassing story. But do we remember the one performance where in the middle of the scene where Sam is unconscious on the chair in Higgins's den, Jeff was laying there unconscious like this, and then he bolted up like that and put out his arms like he was a zombie, and he marched off stage when he was not supposed to, and everybody went, what's going on? And Jeff marched off stage, and then we in the audience heard a splash because Jeff was struck with some kind of food poisoning kind of thing, and he had to rush off stage right in the middle of the scene to go and do a little bit of backstage, a purge, and I had to clean that up too.
I remember when that happened. I had friends from college that I hadn't seen in 8 years or something more. And one of them gets triggered by the sound of vomiting. And she was like, I'm out. And then she heard that, like she said it sounded like a pitcher of water hitting the stage. And she was like, I'm leaving. And she didn't stay. She didn't come back and see the show. But I will say this. I think it might have freed up something in his sinuses because he sounded amazing. He came out and sang probably the best I've ever heard him sing.
Yeah.
You Tied Up My Heart.
Yes, when that happened, Joey and Jamie were going like, should we keep going with the scene? And then eventually we stopped the performance. We said, hi everybody, we're moments away from the well, not moments, but we're about 10 minutes away from the intermission. So we're just going to take intermission right now. And then we cleaned everything up. Jeff cleaned himself up. We all did that. And then we jumped back to the scene that we were in. And Jeff came in and just knocked it out of the park.
Truly incredible. While I'm singing a little bit of Jeff praise, do you remember
Josh in the chat?
Josh in the chat?
Oh, hi, Josh.
Josh Flory!
Yeah. And the burrito? What?
Madam,
Where the burrito?
One other thing that Jeff did during Black Friday, when someone had to call in sick, Dylan got sick, and which I thought this was incredible. Without any rehearsal, he sang all of his songs and all of Dylan's songs in Black Friday, and it was just insane.
Yeah, there was a night where Jeff played Tom Houston and McNamara and Man in a Hurry. No, not Man in a Hurry. He's in the same scenes as Tom.
But
I think Kurt's
Kurt.
Man in a Hurry.
Yeah, I remember I had to take over some McNamara lines. There was we all
came together,
everyone
like,
pitched in.
and everyone was like dressing Jeff backstage. It was definitely a team effort. Like everybody everyone came together on that show.
Jeff has some superhero moments, where he pulls it together. Jeff's great, very talented.
I like Jeff.
We all like him, right?
That's pretty cool.
He can stick around.
Yeah.
He's all right.
Yeah. I like the sense.
No.
Okay.
This is actually great.
But yeah, we're 200. We're almost at 217,000. We're very, very close.
Wow. So what's everyone the most excited for in this remount? Matt, you go first.
Matt? Lang?
I'm excited about not having to do anything or make anything. I'm excited to just come and see it. That's always my favorite, when I don't have to build anything or stress out about stuff. But I will be doing, while you guys are doing this, the work never stops. There are other projects to work on, so I'll be doing that instead. Anybody else?
Amazing.
Nick, what are you excited for?
What am I excited for in this particular production? I think it would be fun. There are certain logistical things that I'm curious to see play out. I think there are certain castings that now like Pete Spankoffski was revealed to be the hot chocolate boy in Nerdy Prudes Must Die, and we knew that from the get-go when we wrote the show, that that kid who comes in and says, excuse me, I've been waiting and I still haven't got my hot chocolate yet. When we wrote that, Matt and I knew that kid is actually going to be one of the main characters of Nerdy Prudes Must Die. And so then it eventually shook down that Joey played Pete when we actually got around to doing Nerdy Prudes. And so now the idea of being able to see Pete from Nerdy Prudes come in, I think that'd be a fun thing. Although Joey was talking about this, how it's going to be Pete with a mustache.
Oh, yeah.
But
right.
I forgot about that because he is going to be
Because
Ted the
Ted
whole
has
time.
Ted has
Can
a
we put,
mustache.
like-
It runs in the family.
Yeah, could put like a
Yeah.
skin like tape.
Oh, I was really hoping I was like, can I be Steph in that scene? But I'll be Zoe.
You're Zoe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I would be I'm excited to see like little, my brain is going like, okay, well, what little things can we can just sneak in there, like going, okay, maybe during La-Di-Da-Da Day, it's not just random people coming out
Yes.
to dance.
We're
Maybe
characters.
now it's some characters that are coming out. Maybe there can be.
Don't give them
Oh, I didn't even think about that. Yeah.
Max Jagerman would be
We do have access to now Max Jagerman, and we have his jacket just sitting around. So,
Wow.
So that'd be fun.
That's crazy.
And so I'm excited for things like that. I think that's what I'm most excited.
Yeah,
for.
you know what? I changed my mind. I'm more excited for that than to not do anything. I'm still very excited. I'm still very excited to not do anything. But and that was about the first thing that popped in my mind. But to see all the new characters will that would be really
That's
a more palatable, nice thing to say. So.
I'm excited about trying to fill that stage.
Yeah.
With because the El Portal is so huge. I'm excited to see what the production team does to fill that space. That's going to be expensive. So y'all, if you can, tell your friends about this Kickstarter campaign. Keep donating. But and the other thing I'm excited for is I've been paying money for voice lessons to try to be a better singer this time around for those songs.
John, you were
I know.
you were perfect, and you'll continue to be perfect.
Yeah. You just know your voice more now, and that's exciting.
Exactly.
That's true. Actually, Mariah gave me a really great
no.
piece of advice once for another show I was doing called Mamma Mia, but different.
Oh yeah, we do that together.
Mariah
and James.
And James. Mariah was like, lower the stakes. And
It's just a play.
And that it's just a play, and that actually that helped me a lot. And that's a similar note that Nick gave me when we did the first show, where he was like,
Aw.
just have fun out there, and
Literally.
it helped me a lot.
It's simple, but it's hard to do.
Help me relax. Anyway, who's next?
Me, because I'm going to jump off of
Yes.
that. So since it's been 8 years now, 7 years,
Seven.
years. Okay, so I think everyone has grown as performers, and I've also grown as a choreographer.
Yes.
And so, I mean, it's not the first rehearsal, but hey, I'm changing things.
Yay!
So, there are things from the original show choreography-wise that I'm going to keep the same, like cup of roasted coffee, absolutely staying the same. But there are some other things, and I do have to talk with Lauren because we ultimately want to match her vision for the show.
Sure.
But my intention is to change up some choreography because we've all just grown and we can do more and exist more on stage in ways that we couldn't 7 years ago. So there's a lot of really fun ideas that I want to play with. I also personally know the show a lot better. I don't know if you guys know this, but I did not see the show in its entirety until opening night. And there were certain songs I didn't hear until I was in the audience.
You bet that's true.
I have a greater wealth of knowledge of the show, so to make things a little more streamlined, and it's going to be a lot of fun, and I'm really excited to see this new version of the show.
I love that so
I'm
much.
excited.
Absolutely.
Mariah, what are you excited for?
Yeah, I mean, when we first started this, my characters really felt like random characters, and now they have a sea of lore behind them.
Every character.
They have so much driven motivation. Even my character, Woman, who may appear, Woman has deep lore too. Like everybody I have has something to tell and something to experience. So I literally just from the growth that you guys said, I'm a better performer and creative, but also I have more to work with. I didn't even know this about them before. So this is kind of like you said, really like an actor's dream, honestly, to be able to have this. So,
yeah. We've written stuff about a lot of your side characters. We didn't write anything about the nurse because the nurse is in Clivesdale.
Clivesdale, that just hit me. She's a Clivesdale character.
We don't want to. We don't care what she's doing.
Don't touch her. Don't touch her. You don't need anything.
Is there a Nightmare Time story just called Woman that is about woman?
We've considered some woman stuff. We've been trying to get Greenpeace girl, the Harmony Jones, into something since the first Nightmare Time.
Right.
She's in Jane's
car.
Yeah, she's in Jane's car.
Jane tries to run her over.
She's the worst. Harmony's the worst.
But no, we've tried to get Harmony in some stuff. And what was I going to say? Oh, you know again, this is going to be up to Lauren, because Lauren is directing the show. So again, it's going to be what she wants it to be. I'm going to nudge. I would love to see Dan and Donna on stage, this time, rather than it being a pre-recorded voice. That's gonna really depend on the timing of everything, because at one point, do you remember this? They were supposed to be doing it live backstage, like with their microphones, and they said, "We're changing our costumes. We can't do this while this is happening." So we had to pre-record it. But if they can find some way to get Dan and Donna, I'd love to see Dan and Donna. Hey, Paul, Gabriel, what are you most excited for?
Well, this was like my first introduction to A, Hatchetfield, and B, StarKid in general. So I think I'm just kind of looking forward. I mean, we've all grown so much just as individuals. So I'm just looking forward to seeing all of that energy kind of like come to fruition and unfold through rehearsals and in the space. I'm excited to see what our tech team does and how we're able to adapt the show into that larger space, as people mentioned. And yeah, honestly, it really hit me the other day that like we've done so much with Hatchetfield since this production. Yeah. Like it didn't even occur to me when we were at the promo shoot and we were being asked questions about like what little like thing from other shows that we might want to, that we're looking forward to seeing. And honestly, there's just so much.
There's so much.
So I'm just like, really excited to see how that just all plays out. I'm excited to see like how the audience reacts in the live show. You guys are going to be very crazy.
Well, we have to say like, don't say lines before, because guys, we can't. It's not a sing along.
It's not a 3-hour show, please.
Remember, there are people
who want to do a sing along.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
There will be people.
Maybe we could do a sing along show. That'd be so crazy.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I definitely think. There's a balance to strike with rocking out to something and because I went to go see Wicked, and I was the whole time going like, the wizard in
Yeah, you were.
but I whispered it.
Paul and I saw Hamilton a few years back, and Lauren had this story too. There's something about like some of these shows where you do kind of feel like you're at a rock concert, and I had to hold myself back from being like, and I'm like, this is a theater show.
Yeah, that's gonna be tough for this.
It's gonna be hard. Yeah.
Nick, do you think we'll have a really special pre-show announcement about the show?
Maybe. I don't know.
It's too crazy.
We've got scheduled about 2 minutes left on this stream.
Whoa.
We're at $221,096. We're honestly very close to the goal, to the Kickstarter goal of 250,000. Thank you so much. This is absolutely unbelievable. Matt and I are floored. Again, we thought we wouldn't make any money doing this. But I'm very excited. I actually have one more video to play.
Yes.
But it's actually somebody who was already here, but he had to leave. So let's see what his little video has.
No, let's celebrate him.
Let's celebrate our good friend.
Yeah.
John Matteson. John Matteson. Oh, hey! Didn't see you there. Will Branner here. I'm just playing catch up because this summer, with your help, I'll be playing Professor Higgins in The Guy Who Didn't Like Musicals at the El Portal Theater in Los Angeles, California. It's been 2 years since I've been back in the Hatchetfield universe, and I'm craving to go back, and I can't wait to return with this cast of wonderful characters and this amazing score. Join us and all you gotta do is... There could not be a better time than to bring back the show that started it all, The Guy Who Didn't Like Musicals. Woo! I'm really excited. So please donate because I want to see you at the El Portal Theater in Los Angeles this summer so I can reconvene with my StarKid fam. You're telling me you nerds put this whole thing together just for me? Thanks. This was really great.
That was very special.
He's such a sweetheart, and I'm thrilled that he's coming into the show.
That scene where he's nice Max is the only time he's Will Branner.
Yeah.
In the,
Yes.
like that was
Yes.
him in that brief moment.
Yeah, when he smiles, it's
Yeah,
the most charming thing. When he goes, "This was really great."
It was really great.
It was wonderful. So I'm so excited. I think he's going to be such a great Professor Higgins. You know, he's going to carry on the proud Higgins lineage. You know, there have been many, several, great performances of Higgins, and I think this is going to be a great one to add to the list. So I'm really excited to see Will do it, to see Will's take. You know. I like all the Higginses being a little bit different, because like when Matt and I wrote Higgins, we basically just wrote him to be Doc Brown from Back to the Future.
Hilarious.
Crazy.
Because what was Will in on
Will
Broadway?
was just in Back to the Future.
Back to the Future.
We wrote Max to be Biff.
Yes.
So
Crazy.
So there you go. Very fun. Okay, guys. Well, we're a little bit past the scheduled ending point for this stream, but I'm so floored by the amount of support I did not anticipate.
Yes.
I didn't anticipate this. Thank you all so much for contributing to the campaign.
Thank you all so very much.
Wait, we gotta get what they're excited about first.
Oh
Yes.
Matt,
Matt, what are you excited about?
Oh God, doing all these songs again after all this time. God, it was my first StarKid show too, and my first time meeting so many of these wonderful people was in a rehearsal room, and now they're some of my best friends, and doing these songs again is going to be an absolute blast, especially Inevitable. I'm excited for that one.
Oh my God, that's gonna be killer.
And also all the lore that's been added to the Hatchetfield series. All of that has underscore and motifs too that I think I'm going to sprinkle in a little bit extra.
Awesome.
We got that.
I am excited to see what Matt does with now having all of Hatchetfield to pull from. Because how many songs are in Hatchetfield?
Oh my God.
11 billion.
75 or
Jeff said like over 7.
Yeah, there's
75 or 80
million of them. Yeah.
Yeah, there's
And 50 of them
Oh.
I'll try to get them all. I'll try to get them all.
I'm really excited for that. You know what, Kurt? Are you excited for anything with Hatchetfield? Anything coming up this year? And I would love to have you, involved in.
Keep offering jobs.
I'm excited to just see. I saw the show. I think I saw the show the third week.
You saw it? Crazy.
I did. Yeah.
That's so special.
We actually
Oh
we went to dinner before. Anyway, I have a very vivid memory of seeing it. So it's going to be cool to see it again, having been in the world so much and like knowing what the relationships are. And yeah, I think just getting to see you guys return to those characters, knowing what you know. So I'm excited to see you guys kill it, and maybe other things.
Who knows?
TBD.
We'll see.
TBD.
Stay tuned. Can I add one little anecdote real quick, and I'll promise. So back in 2012, I was on the Mary Poppins tour, and we had kids. Obviously, had played Mary, Jane, and anyway. So one of our Michael Bankses, his name was Zach. He's grown to like have his own career and everything. He's doing wonderful. But he messaged me the other day. He's like, "Hey, I saw you guys are doing Guy Who Didn't Like Musicals at El Portal. That's really cool. I just got cast as Ted in a production."
That's why it's cool too. All the productions of it.
So all the productions that are since we've licensed the show, and so now, he was literally a kid, over 10 years ago on this tour with me, and now he's an adult playing Ted in this show.
Wow.
So
That's
it's
so
really cool to watch
amazing.
the full circle of all of this stuff.
Yeah, it's interesting to think about the show being performed in context of it being licensed and performed all.
Yeah.
Like,
Impact
it's
is nuts.
It's another interesting layer to the
Yes.
development of this as a piece and a world.
Yeah.
Yeah, two weeks ago, Wichita State did a production of Guy Who Didn't Like Musicals, so I went and saw him.
How was it?
Yeah,
Did you have fun?
it was great. Yeah, it was
Wow.
fun.
That's like the dream. You wrote a show and then you saw like a production of it that wasn't the people you fucking hired.
That's one where you didn't have to do anything.
Anything.
Again, I
Didn't do a
can't,
thing.
There's a
I
production we
can't
saw.
stress how nice it is to just walk into the theater and to sit down and go, oh, I don't need to paint anything. I don't need to run to a store. I don't need to, it's just all in somebody else's
There's
hands.
also Cinderella's Castle. The gang was working until past closing.
Constantly.
Past closing.
Oh, yeah.
There were things to be done. That was crazy. Yeah.
There is.
Oh, yeah, it was hard.
It was like
We saw a production at Mouthbone Productions, which was fucking
Yes.
great.
Yes, in Los Angeles.
It's so great to watch that show because it reminds me of like, oh my god, the pacing of this show is just click, 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 click. Like it just really goes well. And I think there's another production going on in Santa Clarita.
That's the one.
This week.
That's,
Oh, really?
wait, not this week.
Oh,
but
this
there's another one up in Santa
I just had a friend who
Clarita.
texted me like 2 days ago being like, do you know these two people? I just saw a show and they said they were in Guy Didn't Like Musicals. And I was like, they weren't in my production of Guy Didn't Like Musicals. They were in a production though. And that is really cool to hear that people are putting it in their like playbills.
That's so fun. There was a group that wrote to us and they were saying, we want to change the show a little bit. They licensed the show and they wanted to set it in the 90s. And, I never followed up with them. I gave them I gave them some suggestions of going like, I think you should change this. I think you should do that. Like they were going like, okay, pigeons can't have an Alexa. So they were going like, we want to change it to a bird assistant. And I said, make it a monkey.
You said, riddle me this. How about monkey?
It's just Nick with the chaotic
counterpoint.
Yeah.
Make it a monkey.
Yeah,
make it a monkey.
We've
Because
been trying to get Higgins' monkey assistant in it for
You
years
actually
now.
saw an opportunity.
It was
Hatchetfield 8-Man.
well, he had Hatchetfield 8-Man, but we actually in other stories, Higgins does have an ape
Canonically.
assistant.
Yeah, it's a monkey that he's named Henry II that he's spliced his DNA in with the monkey.
and he's trying to train it how to write write in the next movie.
There's a lot of junk we've been trying to get in. Stuff it in there.
I really want to hear more of that. Also, I remember in the production we saw like the actor who played Ted, and I wish I could remember the name of it. I'll call out this actor in the next stream. But the actor who played Ted played it so differently from Joey, like in the opposite direction. Like completely was like he had he had like two popped collars, and like he was just like this.
Yeah, he was so
glowy
macho,
jock.
kind of office guy.
And it was awesome, fantastic choice.
It worked so well. Yeah.
That's what's cool about this show is that
These
you can
characters.
do so much.
Yeah.
I love that. Well, everybody, it's almost 10 minutes past noon. Thank you all so much for joining us on this to kick off the campaign. What a amazing kickoff! It's almost funded.
I know.
in the first 3
surreal.
hours. It's $225 $26,221 already, which is unbelievable. Again, could not have fathomed this kind of response and support, and thank you so much. We're so excited to see this new production. I'm so excited to see, you know, the returning cast and the new cast. I'm excited to see Lauren, you know, step into the director's chair and really knock it out of the park. And I'm excited for, you know, all the new positions that you know, that Paul's going to be taking. Juliet Park, who's going to be the stage manager this time. I'm really excited for everything. I'm excited to see this show and these characters live again. It was so much fun filming that Kickstarter video, and
it was so fun.
It's like when we were filming that scene where the camera dollies back through the office and all the characters were just interacting with each other. Everybody fell into their characters so easily. You know, there were so many fun little bits that we couldn't include. You know, Ted was on the phone talking up a storm. So I'm really excited to see everything live again, and it's so great, and I can't wait for the next month. We're going to have a month of Hatchetfield. Yes.
As a reminder, that a couple people just asked, you might not have been here earlier, but as a reminder, we're going to be doing at least 3 more streams. We're going to be doing another one that's going to be even longer next week. And then we're going to be doing another one 2 weeks after that. And then another one, because keep all of your Saturdays open. We're going to announce all of the dates of those live streams on social media, on Twitter and Instagram. But keep your Saturdays open if you can. We'll be doing these live streams every Saturday, possibly skipping one, until May 24th. 26th? 24th.
I don't know why I put my finger up.
When, so only 28 days in this exciting month. So
very fun. And a lot of people are telling me to go take a nap. I would love to, but I can't until we reach $8 million.
Yeah, $1 million.
We can do it, guys.
It's all up to you guys.
It's up to you.
No, thank you so much. Thanks for being here. Thanks for all of the cast and crew that couldn't be on this stream. We are thinking of them, and they're obviously here in spirit. They're all, you know, for anyone who's at that London concert right now, I hope you're having a great time. I hope you're having fun. And we can't wait to catch up soon, and we can't wait to have more fun streams and see how far this campaign takes us. Again, $228,885. That's amazing. Let's cap it off there.
We might do the show.
At least once. We're close to being able to do the show.
Yeah, we're close to it. Thank you all so much. Thank you for being
Bye.
here. Have a great weekend. We'll talk soon.
Yes.
Bye.
See you real soon.
Peace, love, Belly Rub.
Bye. Wait, I have to do it.
So wait,
Why are we going away?
I'm gonna 1 second.